Hello, 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 and welcome to this week's lifestyle show. You're all very welcome, and through document instructions, we're still doing it remote. So you're all welcome to my phone. Now, for the next 12 or so, please stay tuned with us. We are, well, myself and the best. I'm going to entertain you, don't you know? And it's not good, it's a packed show, and I'm going to sort of swiftly get this thing going on for our first guest to come on. But I just want to quickly tell you, you can interact on the you definitely can interact on the show, and you can do that with various things. Anthony just joined me now. Hi, Anthony. I'm still doing
Hello, how are you?
the little techie bit here, just to let everybody know.
That's
Yeah. Message us, Instagram, Lifestyle TV Show. Send us a message on the YouTube Live, Lifestyle Show TV, Facebook page, Lifestyle on page, on Ben. And you can simply just email us. Simple one, email us, lifestyle on Ben, all one word, lifestyle on Ben at hotmail.co.uk. So, right, here we go now. It's a good one this week. We're going into, it's a slightly different to normal weeks with a big discussion group and panels and this and that. But we have kind of got a panel for you, but it's a new look kind of discussion we've got this week. We're talking everything Notting Hill Carnival 2020. And we're going to be talking to some of the movers and shakers, talking about how it's going to be for us, as well as how it's been for them, getting this huge, event literally on screen, if you will. So that's all interesting. So you can send through your questions and your comments and all those instructions I gave you there. And if you haven't done so yet, because some of you have come through, do that right now. So let me bring in now my co-conspirator. He was so fast to come on just with me just now, but let me get him in now. Dark Persuader.
of course,
yeah, you almost saying it. I want to get in there. I want to talk to Pam.
That's the one. Of course. It's do you know what? It's such a packed show. I thought, let me just jump in. Let me just say my goodbye.
I know what you mean, though. It is like, but I'm kind of talking about what we're doing at the beginning of the thing, and we're talking about the carnival. Yes, of course we are, but also to add to that, we're also going to be talking about, and I have been doing this, and Lifestyle has been doing this for a couple of weeks, the Quest Choice FM Blue Plug. We've been doing that, and we've got a very very choicey guy then. You know, when you think of Choice FM, you think of one DJ. First of all, that's to me anyway. I think of first DJ, and that's Daddy Ernie. Yeah. It's Daddy Ernie.
The Superman.
Superman from Super Jam.
That's the one.
It's all good. So he's going to be giving us, the updates on everything, and we're going to talk about the Walk of Fun and everything else. So that's going to be a bit later on. Also, Anthony, you've got your entertainment corner.
We do indeed. And we should be joined by two wonderful ladies in the world of soca. It's carnival time, so we had to bring the vibe. That's the Sundivas, so it'll be a great one. And of course, the great Dalgety Teas competition to be won, where we'll be announcing our winners and setting a new competition.
And you should know the drill by now, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it is. We ask you a question, something that's been said within the show. You answer that right, and we pick you out. So, yeah. Fingers crossed. And we're going to announce, as Anthony said, last week's winner. Now, talking about Dalgety Teas, Anthony, guess what?
Yeah. Oh.
I've got the big man on the show today.
Hey, I like it. This is big.
We're going to be talking Dalgety now. So everyone's thinking about who's the person behind Dalgety, these lovely teas. This is it. So, Anthony, I'll see you later.
I'm out. Okay. Over to you, Ben.
Right, thank you. And let me formally introduce to you Mark Dalgety, CEO of Dalgety Teas. Mark, hello, and how are you?
Hello, Pam. I'm fine, thank you. And thank you for inviting me to be on the show.
No problem at all. And this is I know you're always rather busy. So thank you for being able to take time out to join us. And this is your special time. It's a weekend. So thank you for that, first of all.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. We talk about Dalgety Teas, we talk about Caribbean, because when we think Dalgety Teas, we think about the Caribbean. But what is so different about your herbal teas, Mark, is that they are 100%. I'm talking your spiel. Let you do all the talking. So talk to us about Dalgety Teas.
Dalgety teas, I would say the major USP for our teas, which is a unique selling point, it tends to be stronger. They're always 100% natural. I think a lot has to do with the farmers that we use across the Caribbean and now also Africa, which is compared to probably a lot of other tea companies where they might have one guy with 100 acres or 200 acres of land. What we have is like 100 or 200 little farmers with 1 acre. So I always say it's sort of like the difference between if you have homemade bread and commercially made bread. You know, we kind of try to make sure that we keep the product as homemade as possible, making sure the strength is maintained, and obviously keeping it 100% natural. So a lot of people know when they buy Dalgety teas and they put it in the cupboard, it almost smells up the whole cupboard. It takes over the smell of your kitchen sometimes. You know, your living room, if you have 3-4 boxes of the tea, that's basically what we're all about.
Yeah, exactly. Let's talk about the beginning of Dalgety tea. So now we have to recall something, because I don't know. You've got to correct me if I'm wrong, but did you create something in the living room of your parents' home?
Yeah, that's how it started. It was no,
Please.
About 20 years back. I mean, I think I was busy trying to relocate to Guyana after I'd studied in London, and ran broke doing it. I mean, the joke about it, most people tend to start a business when they have some money. I actually started because I didn't have any money. So I realized there was an opportunity or identify a small market. I didn't take up the tea bag at that point in time, but basically someone had asked me if I could get some Sericea tea bush. In Guyana, we call it Corilla. And I thought, well, a quick means to end. I actually went into the country area where my grandparents were, and between myself and some of the kids and the guys in the village, went and collected about 1,000 pounds of this Sericea tea bush. And I sat in my parents' living room, who luckily enough, they weren't in the country at the time, and used the scissors and cut it into 16,000 1-ounce packets, and shipped it back to England, and went on the road to sell it at 50 pence each. As I said, it was mainly a means to ends to get some money, until one day whilst I was in Brixton, a guy asked me, because I was obviously had this stuff in a loose tea bag and I was calling it tea, and he made a joke and said, "Do you have the tea bag version?" And it just stuck on my head. Then I realized that what in the Caribbean we were calling bush tea is what the Europeans were actually calling herbal teas at that time. Because, I mean, remember that, I mean, herbal teas is not necessarily new to people in the Caribbean. It's just that we've always just taken the bush, put it in hot water, boil it, and make it into a tea. You know, so then I realized where the opportunity was, because then when I began checking out what the Europeans over here had as herbal teas in those days, was a lot of black currant and strawberry flavors. They were all using a lot of artificial flavorings. So I thought I'll introduce bring some Caribbean flavor into the UK market, and make sure it's 100% natural, and try my best to maintain the flavor as though you actually were back in the Caribbean, taking that bush and putting it in a pot and boiling it. So that was really how it started.
And how, I mean, look at what we're dealing with now. You now your teas and produce can be found in many of our better known supermarkets in the UK here. Tell me how that was started, how you managed to get your products from the living room of your parents' home onto the shelves in the UK.
Well, I always say it's what I call a combination of common sense, and another word I use is, I say, the root of least resistance. Basically, I focus purely on the ethnic market, first of all, which is just the areas where I knew West Indians shop. So the first thing I basically did is, I mean, I come from a really engineering background. What I actually like to do is make things. So, you know, from concept. So that's my driver. I didn't really know much about herbal teas as such. What I was driven by was basically taking the tea and making it into the tea bags and blending it and so forth, you know, and trying to hold that flavor. But in terms of marketing, what I realized is that, I mean, okay, we know that Sericea is hardcore West Indian product, and the people I have to try and target is really where every and any West Indian was living in the UK. So I really just went, I mean, those days you didn't have, obviously it's over 20 years ago, and they didn't have Google search and all these things. I think in those days that's something called Lycos or something like that, you know. So I literally just went into the library, and I used the yellow pages, and the first thing I did is actually worked out, there's a book called the Consensus Book in the library, which showed you how the population demographics in the UK was. So I looked at where all the areas where mainly had a high percentage of West Indians living, and Caribbean people or African people. And then I took the yellow pages and photocopied all the supermarket and grocery shops, halal grocery shops, health food shops that were in those areas. And I just put a tea packet into my briefcase and started walking from shop to shop, presenting my tea. So, I mean, at first I target, obviously, everywhere within the North Circle, which started off with the hardcore areas like Brixton, Harlesden, Dalston, Hackney, Forest Gate. I can remember those are areas that in the population census showed like a high percentage of West Indians living. And then once I did that, I then started trying to understand where they were outside of London. So I then went into places like Luton and Birmingham, Manchester, Leeds, Sheffield, and then I think I went with Liverpool. I went into Bristol. And one of the things I did also is that in all the areas apart from London, I was living in London then, I just used to photocopy the bread and breakfasts in each area. So then when I start selling, I mean, if I go out to London, I mean, I wouldn't come back until the car is empty. So then, I mean, most of the time you don't tend to know where you are. But all I used to make sure is that, I mean, I'm selling. And then come 7, 8 o'clock when it becomes dark, I'll just open up my folder then. I mean, as I said, there was no fancy mobile phones out there. And look for the nearest bread and breakfast and sleep and then continue the next morning. And then when the car is empty, I head back.
Yeah.
But that's original traditional salesman style, you know.
Oh, obviously, I mean, your determination worked, and you know your commitment to your trade, and then you know the fact that you know what you're selling, you know how good it is, you know your products, and you was very much inspired by your own product that you should get that out there, and you have done. Where do we go to from here? You've had it a bit tough, 2020 pandemic.
Well, the pandemic, you know, the thing about people like myself, I mean, after being in business for 20 years, you go through a lot of different ups and downs. I mean, you know, from losing almost everything to regaining it, and then when you think you knew what you were doing, you lose it again and then regain it again. So I'm what you call battle hardened, you know, when it comes to business. So I mean, with the pandemic, we just made ourselves relevant, and the relevance to us was basically that we always know that our teas has a health benefit related to it. We never sold it on the health benefit, although we knew that people were buying it because of the health benefits. So we just went into what I call food gear, because normally when you're doing sales, you know, ideally if you could go into a shop and just say, hey, I've got this stuff and it's nice, and the guy buys it, that's first gear. You didn't have to talk too much. Then if he says, well, you know, he doesn't, why should I buy it? Then you might say, well, it's slightly better than this guy own because the price is better, or my one is stronger or richer. We didn't. So, and then the third gear, if for instance, you're really pushing it, then you might say, oh, by the way, do you know peppermint is good for your digestive system? Do you know that lemongrass is good for relaxation or for fevers? Or moringa has got 7 times the vitamin C of orange, and then you go into those gears, you know. So when the pandemic came, we went straight into food gear. So we even created posters that said that build your immune system. Because the thing about it, you don't want to wait until you get a COVID virus, right, to then try and get rid of it. What you want to do is prevent yourself from getting it. So we made ourselves better by saying, hey guys, you need to drink some cerasee tea, you need to drink some ginger tea, you need to drink moringa, you need to drink turmeric, right, to prevent yourself, build your body immune system, right, to prevent yourself from getting the COVID virus. Don't wait to get it and then try to get rid of it. You see what I'm saying? You know? Yeah. So by doing that, I mean, we made ourselves relevant, and our sales went up during the COVID virus. You know?
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant, wonderful. We want to that the fact that you are on the show now. We give a competition every week for a hamper of yours. So the fact that you are on the show, something you've already said, Mark. Can you give out a question? Something you've already said. Give that out to the viewers. Question mark. What is it you'd like to ask the viewers for them to get? And can we get 2 hampers this week that you're on the show?
Yeah, that's no problem. That's no problem.
All right, you give out one question. Anthony and I will give out one at the later end. So you give out a question to our viewers.
Okay. Obviously, it'll be something nice and easy. I don't want people to be breaking they're losing their minds tonight. So let's say, how does cerasee tea taste? And another good question might be, what is soursop tea good for?
Excellent. Excellent. Two in one questions. Thank you ever so much, Mark. Now, as we round up, Mark, please give out your website details where they can get more information about your products.
Okay, yeah, the website is www.dalgety.co, just dalgety.co, and you can find our teas in basically most independent ethnic grocery shops selling Afro-Caribbean products, and also in Sainsbury's and Tesco's, normally in the world food sections, and obviously a lot of health food shops. And you could obviously buy online, regardless of where in the world you are. We ship everywhere in the world. I mean, everywhere from China. We have orders going to Russia, everywhere. So, I mean, it doesn't matter where you are. I mean, we could get you your tea. So that's us.
Thank you ever so much, Mark Dalgety, CEO of Dalgety Teas. Thank you for talking to us. Thank you for taking out a bit of time for your Sunday. We salute you, sir. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you, Pam. And thank you for your great show.
Thank you. Stay safe.
All right.
Stay safe.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, there you go. That question, there's two in one. You heard that. Sarah C, how does it taste? And what is the main, you could hear that. Just rewind it as well. We'll just probably give you one question. Sarah C, how does it taste? What it tastes like? One question for you. We're going to ask you another question for the other hamper later on, Anthony and I. Shh, nobody heard you say that. So we're going to take a little break and we'll be back. Back in a moment. Okay, welcome back to Lifestyle. Now, on Lifestyle, we have been talking for weeks about the Notting Hill Carnival. Well, it's practically upon us, isn't it? Only this year, it's remote. I'm going to be talking to the organisers of some of the popular and some of the popular mass and steel bands and sound systems, and they've had to make a complete change around. Obviously, this is so different. 54 years, we're dealing with street partying. Now, technology has just hit us. It had to do because of the pandemic. But how is that going? How is it going to be? Now, how are we going to feel the entertainment and feel the vibes? I don't know. Can we? Guess we can. And we're going to hear from our movers and shakers. But first up, we start up with the Executive Director of Notting Hill Carnival. His name is Matthew Phillip. I caught up with him earlier on today. Hi, Matthew. How are you? Thank you for joining us on your busy schedule. How are you today?
Hi, Pam. I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem whatsoever. As I said, I know you're very busy. We're days to go. So let's kick off rather quickly and swiftly. Okay, virtual carnival, Notting Hill Carnival 2020. How has that been going? How has it been setting up this virtual, enormous task?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I don't really like to use the word virtual because really you can't have a virtual carnival. So what we're doing instead is celebrating carnival by broadcasting it and giving people a bit more of an insight into what it takes to put on carnival.
I like that. I really do. Has it been a tremendous task? As I said, we are doing this thing, we're starting off with Piccadilly Circus and everything we're going to be seeing is going to be in a visual effect. How difficult has that been?
It's been very difficult, but it's something that we've all we relish the challenge. Carnival is such an important thing for so many people. We felt it was very important to make sure that we highlighted carnival. So it's been a humongous task to undertake, but we're confident that people are going to enjoy what they're going to see in the coming weekend.
Let's talk about that. What they're going to see, what people are going to be seeing, visualizing, if you will. So as I said, it starts off big screen, Piccadilly Circus, and that's sort of like the countdown. This is going to be, is this actually on the Sunday, which is the 30th?
No, the countdown start at Piccadilly Circus tomorrow, Monday. There'll be every hour there'll be a countdown, and we've got like a preview of what people can expect to see over the weekend going on the screens. And And then when the actual weekend kicks off, it starts on Saturday for us. Saturday at 6 o'clock on Channel 1, we have Panology. Panology is a steel band event where we've pre-recorded 2 solo artists that will be performing with a backing band. We've got Justin Russell and Delphina James. And then we've got 4 of the UK's top steel bands that we've pre-recorded at the Royal Albert Hall. They'll be performing what we call a bomb tune. Anybody who's from the Caribbean or from the steel band world would know. But for those that don't, a bomb tune is where we take any music of any genre and it's played in a calypso or soca rhythm. And then each band will also play a 2020 soca tune. That will be followed by some stalwarts of UK calypso, the Alberto and Lord Cloak. We've got some 15-minute sets from each of those, and that will be followed by the Akasa Calypso Monarch and Groovy Soca Monarch competition on the Saturday night, and we pre-recorded those performances at the famous Abbey Road Studios. So Carnival's gone into places that it's never been to before. Channel 1 also broadcast on Saturday and Sunday morning from 9 till 12, and people will get things like cooking along with Hassan Dafour, who's our chef, and we've got Ian Burrell, the rum ambassador, who will be, telling people the good drinks to accompany the food. Carnival is very much a multi-sensory event, so the smells and the tastes of Carnival is as important to the experience. We'll also be, giving people Carnival warm-ups and dance exercise, and those morning channels will also show some interviews so people get an understanding of the heritage and the history of Notting Hill Carnival, why it's here, why it's so important to so many people.
I was thinking about technology-wise, Matthew, you're going to have millions upon millions watching it because now they can, if you will, simultaneously watching. Obviously, any anxieties about, sort of like a, freeze or anything like that, you guys put that into practice,
No, we've got a lot of great partnerships that we've got on board this year, especially for the streaming. So our broadcast partner is YouTube, and they've really been working with us and helping us to make sure we get this right. This is going to be global across the whole world. People will be able to access this and enjoy what we're doing. So with the support of YouTube, that's given us the confidence that this is going to be seamless.
Sounds like I'm actually feeling quite excited myself. The way you're sounding is, I can actually feel the vibes as well. So this is really great because everyone was looking forward to Carnival. We know it couldn't happen. It's nothing to do with anyone's fault. This is the way it is, this pandemic. Future Carnivals, talk to me about that, Matthew. 2021.
Well, everything that we've done this year and the partnerships that we've got on board, we see them as things that will sit alongside the real event when it comes back, in terms of broadcasting it and the partnerships that we've got. I think Carnival, as well as the whole world, has kind of been fast forward in the use of digital technology. I mean, things like this that we're doing here, these were kind of very rare 3 or 4 months ago, but now it's the norm, Zoom meetings and broadcasting in this way. So this, I think it's the way of the future. And everything that we're doing is, we see it sitting alongside the real event when we come back to the streets.
Yeah, and that's the important thing. We are going to come back to the streets. Talk about the streets of Notting Hill. It's going to be virtually a ghost town. Lifestyle is going to be down there. We're going to be seeing how different it is. We're going to be talking to some business owners. We're going to be talking to residents down there as well. How do you view the Notting Hill streets come that weekend? Any warnings out there? Anything that people should be a bit worried about? What is the warning from the police? Can you let us know that?
Well, we're hoping that people will be sensible and, stay at home and enjoy what we're doing. One of the reasons why we decided not to have Carnival in the streets of Notting Hill is because the Black community have been disproportionately affected by this pandemic in 2 ways, in terms of infection, and then once people are infected, we know that they play a key part in terms of the frontline workers, whether that's through the NHS or the other key frontline workers that that have to deal with the situation. So we're hopeful that people will help us preserve Carnival and make sure that it can come back to the streets of Notting Hill in the future.
Okay, so well, we are going to be going down there. We are going to be looking at the scenes, as it were. We're talking to some residents and things like that. So there is something that we're hearing that's going to be happening, and they're talking about doing the carnival route, and it's a campaign group, Million People March. Now, part of that route is going to be Notting Hill. Again, everyone has a right to do their marches and protests. So what would you say about that?
Well, I think normally protests are done in much wider streets. I think, you know, we have a duty to not just the carnival community, the local community. And I would say it's not wise in those numbers to go to Notting Hill. There won't be anything in place in terms of toilets and safety measures. And, you know, it's about protecting the reputation of carnival to ensure that it can come back. You can't have so many people on streets and not, you know, we need to think about the local community of Notting Hill. You know, every year, you know, they host carnival, and, you know, we don't want, in this case, if there's no infrastructure or no safety measures in place to look after them and also provide the basic things like toilets, etc. You know, we don't feel it's a wise thing to do.
Yeah. Okay.
We've actually made a joint statement with all of the carnival arenas in recent weeks, advising people to help us protect carnival for future. You know, a lot of these protests are going on. We're actually, as organisations, we're fully behind the reasoning behind them. That's undisputed. But this is, you know, these marches are not in the name of carnival or the Grenfell community or the local community of Ladbroke Grove. You know, we need to be respectful of that, I think.
Excellent, excellent. So this is the important bit now, Matthew. Give us all the spiel, all the W's. Where can people access all areas?
Well, on our website, nhcarnival.org, you can register for access via our partner, which is Let's Go Do. It's free access. You just register and you'll be given access over the weekend to all of the streams. We've got some really exciting things for people to tune into. You know, as well as the carnival, the costume bands, the steel bands, Brazilian bands, sound systems, etc. We've also got some exciting acts on the main stage. On the Sunday, we've got performances from Lagos in Nigeria, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Grenada, and then Jamaica. And we've got some really exciting news which will be announced tomorrow in terms of who those acts will be on those stages. That's on the Sunday. And then on the Monday, our main stage will feature the legends of Lovers Rock. And then we've got 90s superstars like, so in terms of the legends of Lovers Rock, we've got Carol Thompson, Janet Kay, Victor Romero Evans, and they've pre-recorded some amazing sets for us from the Abbey Road studios. Following on from that, we have some the 90s kind of, you know, icons, I would say, like Donny, Omar, Terry Walker. Some fantastic performances again. They recorded at Abbey Road Studios, and then we come up to the our current generation of artists. We've got performances from Miss Banks, Stylo G, and local to Ladbroke Grove Group Western, as well as a whole host of other acts that people can tune into and get, you know, enjoy over the weekend.
Brilliant. And the main thing I think we all think about Carnival are the steel bands. So we've got all of them rocking. We've got Mangrove, we've got Ernie, we've got all of them still rocking and doing what they do.
We do, yes. Those performances, we've recorded a steel band actually at the Theatre Royal in Haymarket, but a lot of the performances we recorded at the Royal Albert Hall last week, actually. So we're really looking forward to it. I'm actually at Ebony's Panyard at the moment. They're going to be streaming live. Well, they're actually streaming live now, actually. So yeah, it's very exciting, and we in addition to the performances, people are going to be able to get some insight from the pioneers of Carnival. So we've been doing interviews for the past few weeks, so people can get a real understanding of Carnival and what it takes and what it means to so many people.
Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, as we round up once again, Matthew, give us that website, that important website address, please.
It's nhcarnival.org, and you just click on access all areas and everything's there for you.
Excellent. Matthew, Phillip, thank you ever so much for taking the time out to talk to us at Lifestyle. Can I just book you in after the whole of the weekend of Carnival? I'm going to book you in now that we can come back to you and you can give us your reaction. Thank you, Matthew.
Anytime. Thank you very much.
That's great. So funny. Look at me talking to him. There you go. So Matthew Phillip there, Executive Director of Notting Hill Carnival. When we come back, we're going to be talking to some of the, when I do this, you should know what I mean. So it's going to be movers and the shakers and everything we want to hear and see. Whenever we do go to the carnival, we see them. These are some of the mass bands. These are some of the sound systems, and it's all good. So see you after this. Hi, welcome back to the Lifestyle Show. We're talking all things carnival. And so, joined by some of the members that will be helping us enjoy carnival, albeit visually, we have Giselle, host, access all areas, Alison, Genesis Costume Band, Lynette, Disya Generation All Girls Sound System, and Professor Haroon Shah, Nostalgia Steel Band. Are you all there? Are you all with me? And how are you all?
We are here.
Very well, thank you.
Nice to see you all. Thank you ever so much. Thank you ever so much for joining me here. Okay, this is a hot toddy, isn't it? After 54 years of, you know, sort of like pounding the pavements, if you will, of Notting Hill Carnival, we're now having to sit back, if you will. Well, some of us won't be sitting back, but we're in our homes or in other people's homes. We're somewhere else watching Carnival. Who's going to kick me off? How is it all going to be? Can it work?
I think it can, only because we live in a new world as such. So, you know, we've got to move with the times, and I'm still excited that we've got a presence for Notting Hill Carnival. So we might be down, but we're not out.
Thank you, Giselle. Okay, Alison, let's hear from you. Costume. Yeah. I mean, the array, the splendor of it all being there.
I can't hear you, Anne.
Can you not hear me?
No.
Okay, let's get the tech people to fix your sound bits there. Let's move on to Lynette. Lynette, Disya, a Generation All Girl Sound System. No. Yeah, all the girls. No. All girl. But let's talk serious now. When you're with the vibes, when you're playing, when you're mashing up those tunes and you're seeing people enjoying yourself, how is it now? How is the vibes? How are you recording it in such a way you cannot see the people reveling in your musical tunes?
Yeah, that's going to be interesting because actually a big part, of course, is seeing everyone and connecting together. So what we've done, can you hear me okay?
Carry on.
Yeah, I was saying what we've done is we've recorded pre-DJ sets. So this year generation, you're going to see us bringing the vibes. And we'll be kind of feeling that at home, really. But just to say, we've been at Carnival since the early 1980s. I was one of the first girl DJs. So the sound's been innovative in that way, but we are mixed. We don't even do, you know, it's about can you entertain the crowds? That's the number one thing with this year generation. And in this case, because we're going virtual and online, we're going to be looking to make sure everyone has that vibes in their homes. So we got some exciting stuff planned, and we're also doing like a digital after party as well. So
okay, we hear about that a bit later. All right, let's talk to. Can you hear me now, Alison?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Yeah, right, excellent. I was talking about the wonders of the splendor of costumes that we notice, that we're in awe of on the streets of Notting Hill, and we're going to be seeing it visually. Can it work? How?
Yeah. Absolutely, it can work. I think it's such an amazing take on costumes, seeing it sitting in your living room, and it's something that has never happened. But I am particularly excited because even as a band leader in Notting Hill for 40 years, because it's our 40th anniversary this year, I have only ever seen the band in front of me and the band behind me.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very, yes, it's going to be very, because you stay with your band so everyone can see your sections and your individuals. You never move around. So it's going to be something very new for me to see what the other bands, I mean, I always know it's been always splendid and wonderful and extravagant and exotic, but I've never actually seen it up close. So it's going to be something that I'm really excited about.
Yeah, I never thought of that, Alison. I never thought about that. You just hit it on the nail there. Wow.
Yeah.
So what a
Yes.
treat for all band members to see other band members
Yes.
right there.
Yes, and what they've done over the years. It will be a nice treat. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
Can I jump in and say something here as well?
Yes.
So Alison, hi Alison.
Hi, Giza. Long time.
For those of you that don't know, not only am I a host, but I'm also a band leader, mass band owner of a kids band, which is Gems Mass. And just to say that what Alison said just really resonates, because there are those of us within the Carnival community that have been advocating for the longest while to have something which is a showcase, what we used to have in the past, of the Carnival costumes, which is similar to a Mardi Gras, the March Gras in Trinidad and Tobago. And it is something whereby, you know, Carnival comes to your home. The costumes are televised. You know, the show is televised. So the exciting part about this is that for the first time, as Alison said, not only as a band leader, but for the public to get to actually see, you know, a polished presentation of all the art of Carnival, which we as the practitioners feel so strongly about, you know, so they actually get to see the beauty, the true beauty of Carnival in terms of the artistic quality. So I think this is exciting, and I think it would be good for the Carnival organizers to push for something like this alongside the street
on a regular basis.
Exactly.
That's an idea. That's an idea.
Element, yes.
Well, let me introduce, last but not least, definitely, Professor Haroon Shah, Nostalgia Steel Band, also lecturer at the Royal London Hospital Medical College, University of London. Sorry, you came in last, but you can now have the floor. Talk to us.
I think, I mean, like everybody has said, I think it's a wonderful opportunity to properly record this. In the previous interview, you heard Matthew Phillips talked about the efforts that has gone into recording this in the highest quality. And since you introduced me in the context of students, can I say the students around the world have been crying out for something like this for a long time. An archive of really top-class calypso, mass, steel bands, sound systems, everything that they could use in part of their studies. And I think this is a really wonderful opportunity. But going back to the very question that you asked at the beginning, I mean, all of us were anticipating something like this was going to happen. It didn't happen in one day, and we knew we weren't going to get Carnival. We knew it was coming, and so we had to prepare for it in some form or the other. And today, for instance, I had the most wonderful experience in that one of the projects run this year was to take mass steel band into the homes of people who have not been able to get out during these months of lockdown. And one of the very last places we played, we started off in Portobello Green, and we finished off at West Indian, a Trinidadian lady who's been a nurse all her life, went into hospital, got very ill and is intensive care and was just released. And she came out, and she lives in a block, and the flats, and the back of her house, they were on the ground floor, had a little garden. And we played there, and when we looked around, there were people, thousands of people in all the blocks of flats applauding. We were absolutely amazed with this. And people came up and said, look, you know, we never heard a version of Bridge Over Troubled Like Waters like this, and we brought Calypso into their homes. So I think while we are having difficult times to deal with, we are using this opportunity to spread Carnival to parts of the community that people hadn't seen. Many people, going back, I mean, just the Panorama. I think Panorama is just one of the most incredible shows anywhere in the world. And 99% of London probably doesn't even know about it. Maybe this time, through the publicity we'll get, it will start bringing in people into all of these events, perhaps next year or the year after, when we are able to come back live again.
Yeah, so true. One of the things we had asked our viewers to sort of send in their comments and send in their questions. We kicked that off last week, but one of the main things that a lot of them were saying to us is about the aspect of the fact that people always believe that there's some sort of conspiracy going on here. The pandemic is not a conspiracy, but the fact that pandemic is here, that now is going to be used to sort of like make Notting Hill Carnival to remain a virtual event and never to go back onto the streets of Notting Hill again. What would any of you say about that?
We can be all shaking our heads.
Absolutely not. No, that absolutely not. That could never happen, because it belongs, it's a carnival, it's a street festival, it's a street parade of costumes.
Carnival is a street event.
Exactly.
Yes, and it has to go back. I mean, this year is exceptional circumstances. And I also wanted to say a little bit about what Haroon talked about students. I think it's also an incredible time to understand that students actually do need to be educated about the history and the legacy of Carnival. Because I had an amazing experience last Carnival when I opened the Carnival for Notting Hill at the judging point when we had the opening ceremony. And I gave a little spiel about what it meant to us and why it must remain in Notting Hill. And a couple hours later, a few women ran to me in the band and said, thank you so much for that very wonderful history lesson, because they had no idea that is what Notting Hill meant, how it originated, and they would be looking at it in a very different light now. So I think it's an opportunity to keep educating the public.
Yes, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, and just to add to that, as Alison was saying, it was the community's response to a tragic situation, the racially motivated murder of Kelsey Coltrane. And what did that community do? They came together and embraced, and it started off as a children's parade, and look now, so it's called the Notting Hill Carnival. That's something I always say to people. So yes, it will remain, it has to always remain on the streets of Notting Hill. And the fact that you have this amazing diversity of all the different carnivalists, as we were saying, the steel pans, the masquerade, the Calypsonians, the Brazilian bands, the sound systems. I could go on and on. I hope I haven't missed out any discipline. I'll be in trouble. The masqueraders. But, this is it. It's just a beautiful, unique event. And this is something, I know people worry and they think about that. But, look at all the challenges that Notting Hill Carnival has been through. And this is one of the things that we will always overcome. We'll always have a positive approach to this. And one of the things that I'm currently doing at the moment is a project called Carnival Reimagined with the community in Deptford. And, again, taking the carnival vibes of unity, how are we going to be together again during this, difficult time where physically it's a challenge. That's like a huge part of Carnival. But I'm just so in awe of like all the fellow carnivalists and just those who have stepped up and just found amazing ways. So you've got, as I say, bands rehearsing in different places. I've got to mention Becca Duché, who's, a Brazilian band rehearsing in the park. You've got the DJs who are doing like Instagram lives. Everyone's just innovating to keep the spirit going. And that's what's beautiful. And this will give us to showcase it in a way.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're all about, Lynette, creativity.
Exactly.
And where else would you find the biggest street
one of the great opportunities that I think we have at the moment is that we find that there's a lot more communications with carnivals taking place from the Isle of Wight all the way up to Leeds. Yeah. There's been a lot of carnivals that really don't get to the foresight, the press that they deserve. We had communications this week with people from Bridgewater. Bridgewater is one of the biggest carnivals in the world. I mean, it's a a light carnival. There, only 2 or 3 steel bands play there. We were lucky to be able to play. That's in Somerset. But places like the Isle of Wight, Leeds, Nottingham, all of these places have carnival. And what we have to be careful about is that some of these carnivals, like for instance, the one in Nottingham, have already been moved into a park or a stadium. Yes. And I think that's a real danger. Carnival has got to be a street festival. That is what it's about. And the danger of it ever going into a park is because doors get closed, fines, charges that start off at £5, like it has happened in Canada, in Toronto. And then a few years later, it becomes 50. And then who goes there? All the people who would have normally gone to carnival, sit on the outsides and don't see this. So I think there are many, many things for us to look at during this period. And it's also a time for us to really sort of spread out the network, the carnivals happening all over the UK, and bring them in. We all one community and one family. And Notting Hill Carnival is great, but we want the others as well.
Of course, of course. You know what, you guys, the time was wrapped up. Everyone had so many questions and I can't even go through them. But what we're going to do with this little time we've got is for all of you to give out your social media, briefly, but give out all your social media addresses, point of contacts and what have you. Let's kick off with, because she's nearest to me, Giselle. Kick it off.
Okay, so you can catch us at Gems Mass. So we are Gems Mass, which is GEMZ.MAS, which is on Instagram and Facebook. Our website is www.gemsmass.com. I am Giselle Carter. You can find me on Instagram at @1Giselle_Carter, GISELLE Carter. And yeah, that's it. Oh,
okay. And Lynette next. Lynette.
Okay, to begin with, Disya Generation, which is spelled DISYAJENERATION. Follow us on Insta. We're new. We're old to Carnival, but we're new to the Insta. So follow us. You'll find out more there. For me, and find out what I'm up to, is LynetteKamala.com. My Insta's Lynette Kamala as well. And the project that I'm doing is called Deptford X. And lastly, the live stream, which we can look back on, is 9 nights. So www.9nights.net. And you'll catch the Disya Generation crew along with loads of other artists doing our carnival thing there. I think that's it, but yeah.
Thank you, Alison. Thank you. Let's get, sorry, Alison, can we get, thank you, Lynette. Let's get Alison in.
Our Instagram page is My Genesis Mass, MES. And you will get us there. Or my email is Alison, which is ALLYSONJL @hotmail.co.uk.
Okay. And last but not least, the gentleman of the pack.
Yeah, okay. So my email is just Haroon N. Shah. So it's all one word, HAROUNNSH @gmail.com. The steel band is nostalgia.co.uk. And the last one would be steelbandconference.com. This one is like an encyclopedia of a lot of papers presented on carnival art over the years. Thanks very much.
Thank you, all of you. Good luck on the weekend. I mean, I know you've done your bits already, but the best of luck. Let's hope it all goes well. I'm sure it will. I am sure it will. And I look forward to seeing it, although I am going to be broadcasting down on the streets of Notting Hill, just talking to residents, etc. But I am going to take time to watch it. I'm sure it's going to be remarkable. Your efforts have been so, I mean, your efforts have just been so brilliant that you've knuckled down to it and you all got on with it, you know, so well done to you all. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having us. Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye. Bye. Wow. Oh, a group of people that just got on with it. You know, that's what he's talking about. Just get on with it, you know.
Absolutely.
Get on with it. And I think that's absolutely brilliant. So this is it. Carnival 2020 Notting Hill style. Yeah. This is what it's going to be all about.
Yes.
Access all areas. Get logged in. Get tuned in next weekend. Okay. We're going to take a short break now. We're going to come back with a guy who's in the musical business anyway. Big man, Super Jam. After this break. Hi, and welcome back to Lifestyle Now. I said he's a big man in the world of music, that is. But don't get me wrong. He's been banging out reggae tunes and entertaining us for over 40 years. He's probably going to tell me plans even longer than that, not just on our shores, but worldwide. Many of you may know this radio and club DJ for his creation of Super Jam, but even more of you may know him as one and only DJ Daddy Ernie from the iconic radio station Choice FM. Hello, Daddy Ernie.
Hey, how are you, Pam? Long time no see. Boom. Praises on all those things. Bless.
Lovely to see you, Ernie. Oh, what a wonder. This is so many things happening. We're talking about virtually a different kind of carnival after 54 years of mashing up the pavement down there. And then we're talking about celebrating the only one radio station that could ever be Choice FM, and commemorating with a blue plaque. And I'm going to let you have the floor now to tell everybody what we're talking about when we say Choice FM blue plaque.
Yes, Pam. I mean, you know, Choice FM, this year is its 30th anniversary, actually. March the 31st, 1990, it came on air. And it reigned supreme, and it still reigns supreme, actually, because this whole plaque movement that's going on at the moment is like all the Choice FM crews come out of the woodwork, listeners has come out of the woodwork, their grandchildren has come out of the woodwork because their grandparents has told them about it, and it's just amazing, you know. I think it's long overdue, because we all know what happened in 2013. It was there on the Wednesday, and by the following Monday, it had gone. So obviously this had been in the planning. And if my memory serves me right, I think the Voice got hold of something and they were going to break it. So the powers that be, we won't mention no names, the powers that be that actually owned the radio station, moved it forward, called us in on the Thursday, said they were going to rebrand the station, and it was kind of clicked immediately into operation, and by the Monday you had a brand new station on air. So the subsequent years we've been kind of, Choice has always been there, but I've noticed that when you actually Google Choice, it's like it's been wiped off the face of the earth, like it didn't exist. And I thought to myself, no, I'm not having this. This is not right. So, you know, we approached Nubian Jack, who's responsible for organizing the blue plaques for the Afro-Caribbean community, of wanting of a better word. And he went to the English Heritage, because you have to have the English Heritage approval to put up this plaque. And we're very fortunate that the actual original Choice FM building is owned by one of the directors. So we didn't have too much problem in getting permission to actually put the plaque up on the original building at Trinity Gardens. So in true Choice FM style, everybody clubbed together. We got everybody together. You know, we've got Lorna and Amelia Kinlock, who are two of the finest, and when it comes to social media, they're two of the finest that I know. And they got all our social media up and running. And we've got a GoFundMe page, which is GoFundMe page /Choice FM Blue Plaque. And at the moment, we've raised, we've raised enough to get the plaque. We kind of set a total of 5,000. And what we said we're going to do is that whatever is raised, excess will go to the African Caribbean Leukemia Trust, who we've been working with since its installation, since it's been around, I think around about 1996. Choice was very instrumental in getting the word out for the African Caribbean Leukemia Trust. Martin J probably works more with them than any other DJ on Choice. So it's been a good look, Pam, and the response has been amazing. I mean,
well, the response has been amazing. I'm going to get in there now because we've got some, you know, key people that have, you know, sort of like bigging it up to get people to donate. And these people have given us a little, keep sending out these little videos for us, and we're going to see a few of them. Let's see a few of them, Ernie.
Yeah, definitely.
Yo, salute! Choice FM, staple when it comes to reggae music and the development of reggae music throughout the years. Choice has been around from it was an independent radio, from pirate days to becoming an independent radio, and it was definitely the station and the voice for many of reggae artists coming up in the 90s and from, you know, late 80s going into 90s and into the 2000s. It was certainly a big part of my career and my growth, and I've stuck around quite some time, even though a lot of them probably didn't think I would. But I gotta big up to Daddy Ernie, who have always supported us, Commander B, a lot of these DJs that was there. Jinx, big up Jinx back in the days, all these guys who were on the radio station back in them days and really supported not just my music, but Sean music, Wayne Wonder music, Shabarangs, Supercat, everybody. You know, when it comes, you cannot talk about the development of dancehall music in this game unless you're mentioning Choice FM and the contribution they have made. So I say, much respect, thanks for the legacy, thanks for the journey, right? And thanks for still having that brand that says Choice FM. Still a representative of dancehall and reggae. Much love, Shaggy.
Yo, what's up, it's your boy Mr. Vegas, and I say you don't know, say yeah, Choice FM. I want to say congratulations for all of the appellations. Saying, big up yourself, Choice FM. The first time I drop in England, I say, yeah man, this is the #1 station. Saying, so many years, you see me, I say at #1, big up yourself, Choice FM. And people remember to follow Choice FM, hashtag Choice FM, blue plaque. Saying, hashtag Choice FM, blue plaque. And on the blessing, Choice FM, I get the blessing. Daddy Ernie and the crew bless.
Yo, it's your boy Ashley Waters here. Just have to big up Choice FM all the time, every time. Been a big part of my musical journey. So hashtag Choice FM, blue plaque. Let's get it cracking.
How you doing? I'm Andre from Damage, or Andre Harriet, as some of you may know me. Let's start by saying hashtag Choice FM blue plaque. My memories of Choice FM are so many. First of all, Choice FM played Damage's very first single, Gallus. I remember hearing it on my way to college, and that was at the moment I thought we've actually made it now. Second of all, my dad's Daddy Ernie, so I got to meet a lot of artists during the Choice FM years. Crisscross, Jodeci, Nice and Smooth, Onyx, God, who else? Budger Banton in the early days. If you were at that Jodeci gig, which I think took place in Leicester Square, when they came up out of the stage, then you know what I'm talking about. But Choice FM forever, man.
Look at that. And who was the last one there? Someone quite close to you there.
Young Andre.
Young Andre.
Yeah.
But the support we've had, basically, I mean, that was only a few we have time to show. The support that Choice FM, you know, and the mission, it's our mission. I can't keep saying just on you, Ernie, but you started it. So, you know, it's absolutely fantastic and it's phenomenal. Can I just ask you, to date, what is the collection so far to date?
Last time I looked, it was 3,765 or somewhere around there. Right. I mean, we put up at 5,000. We'll get that easily. We've got a walk. I must tell you about this walk.
Yeah, we want to talk about the walk. No, before you talk about the walk, here's a message for you. Before you talk, here's a message for you.
Oh, yeah.
Daddy Ernie, the training has begun. I'm currently doing a 3-mile walk. Steady pace, 17 and a half minutes per mile. Getting ready for the big one. Choice has done walk 10 miles. We do September the 6th, yeah? So, Ernie, I hope you're getting ready build up some stamina, build up some endurance. Let's raise some money for Choice FM Blue Plaque. Daddy Ernie, the training has begun. I'm currently...
You have to play it twice. Look at that. I know you started your training. I've seen you on Hill.
Yes, up at North. Well, I actually kind of do a little bit of training myself normally, but there's some ladies who have a morning session.
Kim, for instance, Kim.
Yeah, Kim and Millie Jones. She actually takes the class, but Kim seems to be the spokeswoman. So Millie called me and said, why didn't I come down? Because I'm always making a little joke on Facebook about them and that. So I've been down there for the past week. And Pam, it's been absolutely amazing. I thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, we get there in the morning. There's no pressure. We do a little exercise and Millie puts us through it. She's like a sergeant major. And then they've got this hill. And it's like something out of your key. When you get to the top, you put your hands up like that.
Yeah. Well done.
So, you know, with that, we've got this walk going on the 6th of September, and it's a walk of nostalgia because we're actually going to be walking from Trinity Gardens to Borough High Street. All these places you know very well, Pam. From Borough High Street to Leicester Square, and then we're going back home. We're walking back to Trinity Gardens where it all began. And even the walk, you know, we've got social distancing and we've got people saying, I want to walk. I want to walk with you lot. So we're not encouraging, obviously, because of the situation that we're in at the moment, we're not encouraging the community and people to actually come with us. But if people want to come and walk on the other side of the road or wherever they want to walk, they can come and walk. There's no problem.
Yeah, no problem. What time is that one kicking off? And how do people sort of just come down there? Or do they have to call up somewhere and register?
It's starting at 12. We're leaving Trinity Gardens at 12. Martin J estimates that it's going to take us 3.5 hours, there or thereabouts. So we're aiming to get back to Trinity Gardens about 3:30, 4 o'clock. At the moment, there's no particular number that we've got that you could for registration or anything like that, simply because the current situation doesn't allow us to do that. So anybody who wants to come, we're leaving at 12 o'clock on the 6th of September, 2 weeks' time. If you want to come along, and I'm sure we're going to have fun along the way. There's no pressure. We're not going to be walking like we're walking for the Olympics. We're going to have a nice above average stroll and just enjoy the day. And of course, we'll be encouraging people to donate. There's going to be a Zoom party online, so they're going to be showing it live as well. And through that, they'll be encouraging people to donate.
Excellent. That's lovely. That's a great one. And let's talk a bit about you now, because we understand that, you know, there's some merchandise going on, Daddy Ernie merchandise, and you didn't tell me about this. So we took it upon ourselves to talk about it. So I love this T-shirt. Can we see a picture? I love that. If you zoom in, you can see DJ Daddy Ernie. I love that.
Yeah.
What's it say at the back?
Yeah.
Does it say the same thing, or does it say Super Jam?
No, it doesn't say anything at the back, actually, Pam.
Okay,
it's just got that. And actually, a little story. I don't know how much time we got. A little story. I went to a barbecue yesterday, and there was a young lad there, a school friend of mine. His grandson was there, and I came in. He's 11 years old, and I could see him looking at my T-shirt. So obviously, after we'd been there a little bit of time, he kind of gained a little bit of courage. He come over. He said, "Are you the man on the radio who my grandmother listens to in the morning on Friday mornings and that? Daddy Ernie?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Oh." He said, "Great." And I thought to myself, hold on a minute. That we're now playing music to our friends' children's children. Amazing.
It is amazing. Absolutely. We'll go on. It will go forever. Let's get more details.
The t-shirts.
Merchandise, though. Where can people log on to?
Yeah,
to
the
see
t-shirts. You can get the t-shirts from trishakcreations.co.uk, or you can go to my website. The information is up there. Nice young lady. I met her on my tours. I like the way she operates. She's got some fantastic merchandises up on her site. And I said to her, how about selling some t-shirts? She's done the design and everything. She does all the promotion. No, not the promotion. She does a bit of promotion, but she does all the mail out. People call her. She organizes it and sends it all out. And it's amazing. We sold quite a few t-shirts, and there's 7 different colors. So we're kind of looking good.
Yeah, but also, Ernie, let me stop you right there. Also, Ernie, you need to send me my t-shirt so I can wear it when I'm doing the show and promote your merchandise as well. So I expect size to be sent to me.
We'll talk about that off air.
Yeah, we'll talk about it on air so that there's witnesses. Right.
No, we'll talk about your size, Pam.
All right. Okay, lovely job. All right, Ernie, we do have to wrap up. I'm being told off now. Right, so let's reel it in now. Donate, GoFund, give us all of them again. Let's go.
Right, so it's GoFundMe. We've got the GoFundMe page up at GoFundMe.com. Choice FM Blue Plaque. We've got that there. We're also hashtagging Choice FM Blue Plaque. Whatever you want to donate, £2, £200, £5, £10, whatever you want to donate, you can donate to the plaque. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, all social medias. If you do hashtag choicefm.com, it'll pick it up, and just go on Instagram and Twitter and everything will be there. We got the walk on the 6th of September, and the actual unveiling of the plaque is on the 6th, the 7th of October. The 7th of October, which was the actual day that they defunct the original Choice FM station. So it ties in nicely with Black History Month, the actual day that Choice ceased from broadcasting. And I think it's just meant to be, Pam. And in years to come, people can walk past the building and say, there was a black station here. And it ruled, it changed the face of the radio industry in Great Britain forever, because all what's going on now stemmed from Choice.
Don't know, it's a bit more cranky now, but can you kind of see it?
What? See what? I don't even listen.
It was basically when, you know, that when it was the newspaper, they always put it out there when people started kicking up, when they started realizing that they wanted to change, you know, the sort of the musical output into start calling it an urban music station.
Yes.
And the community kicked up a big fuss.
Yes.
And it made page. Yeah. Oh, memories. Gosh.
We had some fantastic times. Yeah. We had some fantastic times there, Pat. Great times. Great times. And, you know, I'm just glad that we can get this blue plaque up there and say, yes, there was a station there, and its contribution was immense. Hence the blue plaque. Yeah. Wicked.
Lovely, Ernie. We'll keep in touch with you so that we can give our viewers an update about things that's going on and everything else. And the best of luck. Keep up your training, darling.
Yeah, why haven't you got anything showing me training then? You got Martin J and you haven't got nothing about me. I'm going to send you something about me training.
We'll spread that. Send it to us. No problem. Definitely. I know you're working hard at it.
Big up all the Ben TV, the Lifestyle TV crew, and great to be back on Ben, because we used to do this every Friday at one time. You know what I mean? So you never know.
Nice one, Ernie. Bless you.
Nice.
Take care. Stay safe.
Enough love, darling. Bless up.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, after that, we sure do need a little break. See you after that. Okay, we're back, and I'm going to be shooting out because I'm going to have my co-conspirator come back.
Okay.
There
Hey
he
there.
is.
How you doing?
I'm good. And it's over and out. I'm going to make the short one over and out.
Okay, cool. No probs. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Entertainment Corner with myself, Anthony Jordan. Do you know what? We will be having some guests later on, but right now, let's just keep it on a musical theme until they turn up. A couple of weeks ago, we had DJ Elaine talking about the 291 Club, and we played a very small snippet of that music video. And right now, we'll just kick off with that video just to give you a bit more of what the 291 Club's been promoting. So here we are with the 291 Club video, which we will be playing now. Bear with me a second. Sorry, that was my fault.
I hit you up because I missed you. With all that we have been through, it's been a minute since I kissed you, and now we wavy what we into. You got me switching my position. You got my heart and I ain't lying. You know it's time for a transition. It's time for happiness, no crying. Yeah, we are this world, so you know I go the extra mile. If you spending some time at my place, then you're gonna be here for a while. I got so much love for you, it's mad. Had to put my whole life on the line. Now I see it, we greater than ever. I know that we was destined to shine, so I'm gonna go get me what's mine. Yeah, you see how your hobby been grinding. Yeah, I see that you're trying to hold me down. You know I'm up for the running. She put a shine on this light. She tryna roll with the gang. Baby, you know where I hang. Blowing dope, we rule the man. Another song to sing to. I'm gonna make you wanna sing too.
Make me sing,
sing about the pain that you done been through. Sing about the love that you be into. It's just another song to sing to. I'm gonna make you wanna sing too.
Make me sing,
sing about the pain that you done been through. Sing about the love that you be into. Love that you be into.
I picked a boy cause I love you. You tell me that I should just trust you. And guess what, baby, I believe you. So tell me, what is it we gon' do? I let you show me new positions. You got my heart and I ain't lying. You know I'm ready for transitions. When we're together, yeah, I'm flying. Guess we both know what it is. Tonight we gon' have us some kids. There ain't no need for no tears. You got me taking some risk.
Hey, so that was the 291 Club, and just so you know, DJ Lane was on a couple of weeks ago, so we just thought we'd play a bit of that music just to give you a feel of the talent that's out there. While we are talking of all the talent that's out there, do hit me up, guys, if you're a musical artist, rapper, reggae, pop, R&B, the lot. Would love to feature it. That's what the Music Corner's about. There's my details there at Tony NTR, and we will have you featured as a music artist on our segment. Right now, I'm going to bring up an artist who was on just last week, and this is Pierre with Fall in Love with a Jamaican. Enjoy.
Let me tell you from the top, girl, me no want you about your ex. When me give it to you, me sure you go say me are the best. Me like what you're wearing, me can tell you take care of yourself. But me I go take care of you tonight, this thing me a bit good for your health. You just up the standard, the shape of your have is a gift from God. Him alone coulda give you that bumper. If a waste man a call you, then don't answer. Your body it a tempt me. You make them girl they envy. Me want you in a me bed sheet. If I love in you want me give you plenty tonight. Me not tell you no lie, girl. And you me want in a me bed. You walk one like say you don't want me. You a play hard for game. Me not do you wrong. So before the day done, me a go make you fall in love with a Jamaican. Me a go make you fall in love with a Jamaican. Me want get to know you. Put your number in my phone. We never come with nobody, but we not believe on we own. You need me to warm you up, girl, when the night I get cold. Cause when you step in my room, no clothes are the dress code. Let me tell about your future so far. Me see me and you up on my sofa. And for that me no need a crystal ball. When you want it again, make an instant call. You have the body of the century. Tell me how you're so sexy. You make them girl they envy. If I love you want me, give you plenty tonight. Me not tell you no lie, girl. And you me wanting on my bed. You walk one like say you don't want me. You a play hard for game. Me not do you wrong. So before the day done, me I go make you fall in love with a Jamaican.
Okay, so that was Pierre and Fall in Love with a Jamaican. As you can see, some of that bright Caribbean colours out there. And that's going to be a segue into something that's not actually a music video, but something I wanted to share. Because we've had a few people asking us, personally on my phone and everything, asking, how can we enjoy the carnival? What's the links? What is it all? So right now, here's a small promo video out there for you to find out all the details for the Access All area. Notting Hill Carnival, which will be coming up. And remember, Giselle was on earlier. She's going to be one of those hosts. We've got comedian Ori Style. It's going to be a fantastic night. So here we go. The Notting Hill Carnival Access All area videos. Enjoy.
COVID-19 has locked down all carnivals across the globe this year, so far suffocating all of us. From illness to loss of liberty to closed economies to no justice, no peace. Out of frustration and suffocation, the carnival spirit will unite us as it always does. Together online, we'll emerge strong, vibrant, and ready for the Notting Hill Carnival 2020 Access All Areas.
This year, the experience goes digital.
Join us on YouTube Live this August 29th, 30th, and 31st.
Notting Hill Carnival is a celebration of freedom, community, and heritage. Carnival is resistance, resilience, and protest. It is culture.
We are giving you a once-in-a-lifetime musical experience with the best calypso and soca artists from the UK and the Caribbean.
They came a part of the great diaspora to claim our right to be part of what we all are. Cause some want a hard Brexit, some want a soft Brexit.
Just whine and roll your waist for me. Girl, go down, girl, go down. With your rude and sexy ways, baby. Go down, girl, go down. Just whine and roll your waist for me. Go down, go down.
The wickedest sound systems will be smashing up the airwaves.
This generation carnival right now, ready? 2020.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Notting Hill Carnival online for 2020. Come, we start the party!
Rough but sweet sound system from 1989.
From the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right.
We turning up the heat this summer with the UK Brazilian bands.
Enjoy all the flavours of Carnival at home by learning how to prepare classic Caribbean food and drinks, guided by our favourite chefs and bartenders.
Welcome to Notting Hill Carnival Cooking. I am Chef Hassan Difor, and today what we're going to give you is that taste of Carnival, and you will be able to try it at home. See the sauce here? This is the magic. This is what the je ne sais quoi that brings it together.
Hey guys, my name is Ron Boss, and today we're going to go for the Kingston Queenie. Everything is about being bubbly, everything is about being energetic. So when we have the sparkling rosé, you're going to spruce it up, and obviously being Jamaican, I'm sweet.
We will capture the magic of award-winning steel bands for your listening pleasure.
Join us on August 29th, 30th and 31st for the Notting Hill Carnival 2020 Access All Areas, as we continue to honour the legacy of those who paved the way before us.
We are filming hundreds of performers to bring you the Notting Hill Carnival 2020 Access All Areas. Register now online.
Okay, folks, so that was a nice little taster of the Notting Hill Carnival. And I tell you what, the food's there, the music's there, the DJs are there, the costumes are there. We're all good. We're being catered for. They have done everything to make sure we will definitely be enjoying this moment. So I'm prepared. I'm prepared. And what I'm going to do now, actually, is keep it in that carnival mood. And I'm going to play a song. We played it just last week. It closed the show. And it's just giving us hope for next year that we will be on the roads again. So this is Sunshine and Nadiva and their track Again. Enjoy. Okay, so that was Sunshine and Nadiva, and again, so just giving you a small feel of what's to come, keeping that vibe going on. Earlier on in the show, while Pam was interviewing Matthew, we did have a conversation. Well, Pam had a conversation, I wasn't there, with Matthew over the situation of the Million People March. And we've had a few people asking us, what exactly is the Million People March? So I wouldn't do it any justice to speak on this situation. So here's a video to give you all a bit more information on what the Million People March is all about. Enjoy.
The reason we're coming out to demonstrate on August the 30th with the Million People March is to reclaim our carnival footprint. They bring in between 35 and 50 million pounds a year, and yet not a penny comes back to the carnival organisers and those that put the sweats and tears into it. They've been kneeling on my neck, they've been kneeling on my son's neck, and they've been kneeling on our grandchildren's necks for far too long. It has to stop. And this is us stepping up and saying, not in our name. Black Lives Matter. All Black Lives Matter. We're using this to ask the man there to disarm themselves and come in peace, come in atonement.
Guys, we're here to shoot the video to promote the Million Man March on the 30th of August 2020. The whole of London, we want you guys out. We're expecting all of you to join us. It's a day of celebration. It's a day to mark the carnival footprint as well. Guys, let's make this happen. This is the finale of the year.
Million Man March. I'm asking all the man, all the ladies, all my queens to come out. I'm asking you to be 10 toes down in support of your people. I know there's been a lot of controversy lately, but we're here to show you that we're together, we're united. Like my brother Fred Hampton said, we won't fight racism with racism, but we should fight racism with solidarity. So I'm asking you to come out and show solidarity to us, because we don't come to destroy anyone's property, but we come to ask for justice. We come in unity. One thing I want to say to my brothers, the same way we fight each other, we need to come together to love each other. Until we love each other, who are we to tell the rest of the world to love us? So come together, unite, drop the knife, drop the gun against each other. One love.
Right, okay, so that was the Million People March parade, just telling you everything that is going on. As you heard in a part of the video, they mentioned that they are on location to film a music video. So that is the perfect intro. Here we are with the Million People March music video. Enjoy.
Boris Johnson has warned that the fight against racism could be undermined by a minority resorting to violence.
Hey, yo, rest in peace, George Floyd. And all my brothers and sisters that's been taken by this racist system. All my ancestors looking down on us, giving us strength right about now. Yo, this is the last generation that you're gonna fuck with. You see, the trouble is, we was out here searching for justices way before social media was showing clutching fists. They snuffed the king live on TV, then kept on pumping it. Then they wondering why the youngers wanna bun the ting. That you were born with a burden to have this color skin. Took a live murder before they understood the suffering. My granny used to say, you gotta work twice as hard as the white man if you wanna earn the same as him. But nah, granny, I'm done. I want my fair share. All that working hard, they still murdered George live on air. Yeah, another black mother's got a cry a tear. Man had his hands in his pockets like I don't care. Well, no more are we taking it. Rest in peace, George, you started the mass awakening. It's gone around the world, it's like history in the making. So the system's gotta come down, it was built on racism. Rosa was standing, Martin was walking, Malcolm was fighting, they don't want us talking. It opens up wounds, they know it's appalling. It's time to look in the mirror and deal with your bullshit. You didn't do it, but your great-great-granddaddy did. And now your white privilege is affecting my kids. Cause if your son becomes a fed, and my son becomes a dread, and your son arrests my son might not live. Fuck that, I prefer to die so he can live. So he can tell his kids granddad weren't having it. 2020 in the concrete forest, granddad did bun down Boris, just to make sure that we could live. You've seen the people coming together, now you've seen the shit. My white brother standing with me now, we needed this. When they said the revolution would be televised, I bet they never imagined it on my phone in HD and shit. You can take down walls and statues. We prefer if you change laws and statutes. You try to make it about a race war, that's not true. We just want the feds to stop killing our black youths. We just want respect for the things that blacks do. If it's a democracy, do what Democrats do. We the only race, had our history erased and had it rubbed in the face. You've come far like that'll do. Like for the record, all lives matter is offensive. If you don't get it, ask the whites that's protesting. All my white friends in all my friends list don't need no explanation. They just with me in the trenches again. All lives matter is offensive. If you don't get it, ask the whites that's protesting. Cause all my white friends in all my friends list don't need no explanation. They just with me in the trenches.
Okay, wow. So first of all, I'm just going to have to put it out there. It was passed over to us at the very last minute. So apologies for any offensive language there. It's passion. So that's what happened there. But don't worry, pre-watershed, that will not happen. Anyone watching it on Ben TV, it'll be completely clean. Okay, right. Okay, I promised you some very exciting news, some real talented guests, and I gave you a bit of a hint because we played one of their videos a moment. So it's going to be my pleasure to introduce them again. Get it? Okay, I'm talking about the two wonderful ladies, Sunshine and Nadiva, the Sundivas. Hey!
Hi! How
Hey,
are
ladies, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. I'm good. Yes, good to see you too. Well, you know, carnival's come in.
Yeah.
Everyone, when you think carnival, you think soca, you think music, you think dancers. There's no way we couldn't have Sunshine and the Diva. So tell us, ladies, how have you been? What have you been up to since the last time you were on the show?
Oh my God, we've done so much. We've made a lot of new music. We've got a lot of new music videos. We have traveled. We've been to St. Vincent.
Yeah.
We took part in the St. Vincent Soca Monarch. For all those who don't know what that is, that's like the biggest soca competition in the islands. So we were in that. We got into the finals, which was great. We've been just like trying new styles of soca, really, and like really exploring our sound. What else?
And then obviously in recent times we've launched our own mass band, so we have our own mass band called Magnificent Mass, and we debuted on the road last year, so we were super excited, as you can imagine, to be on the road this year, but that didn't happen because there is no road. However, we've been doing lots of stuff with Notting Hill Carnival, and I know you interviewed Matthew, or Pam did, and we've been doing so much filming with them, so we already know that
it's about to be lit.
The virtual carnival is going to be
So
amazing. So we're super excited for that.
That's good. So talking of that, well, let's take it back to the experience of creating a mass band. How was that experience for you guys? What is the challenges? Did you realize all of the challenges that comes with creating a mass band at the time?
No,
we didn't. And also, so our mass band, we created it with our two friends who are basically our sisters, Tandy and Kamaya. So it's four of us, and we all like brainstormed about how we want our band to be, the things we want to do. And when it got to the point where we started creating costumes, I felt like that's when I really felt the pressure.
Yeah.
When it came to the creation, because we do it in-house. But yeah, such an amazing experience, such great learning, but so rewarding, because when you get on the road and you see your masqueraders looking beautiful, like there's no better feeling.
No better feeling than when we've got their wings on and they feel so happy, so elated, and then you just see them having an amazing time on the road, and that's when you're like, it was all worth it.
Oh, wonderful. Well, you know what? I'm looking forward to it next year. You know, there is no road this year, but we will see it next year. But talking of this year and Carnival and the Sundivas, you ladies were actually part of that whole recording session that Matthew was talking about. You ladies were down at Abbey Road. You recorded that. How was that feeling for you both?
Wow. Unimaginable. Like, as upcoming artists, like to actually get to record at Abbey Road Studio is phenomenal. I think it's the best recording studios in the world, and loads of legends have recorded there, from the Beatles to Amy Winehouse to Kanye, like so many people. And they also shoot like music for films as well. So you get to see all of that history in the building. And then the team were just amazing.
Yeah,
that we
everyone was
worked
so
with.
nice.
Everyone was really nice. And yeah, it was fun to perform with a live band, the ACASA ABC Calypso 10, or Association of Calypsonians and Soca Artists. So to perform with that band was amazing as well.
For me, I think it was amazing because like growing up, just being at home watching you know, all the sort of shows that will come on for music. So growing up, we had like the Mobos, we had there was another awards in the UK, I can't remember,
Brit Awards,
the Brit Awards, and like just
yeah.
thinking about and always hearing the studio's name, and always aspiring to be a performer, and always aspiring to sing. I never knew like at what point I would get the opportunity to like go to such a legendary studio. So yeah, just honored, and like it's just great that we stay in our soca lane, because there's many people who still wish that they could record there. So
it was also amazing to bring soca there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And we were backed by the soca
Made
Divettes,
history.
and they were amazing. They're amazing vocalists as well. It was just
Amazing.
a
Just
whole
perfect.
beautiful experience.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love to see that. And honestly, you two both deserve it because you're so hard working. You know, it's been a while since you've been on the show, but it doesn't mean we haven't been following the progress. And I honestly love every movement behind everything you guys do. So I'm really happy to see that. But talking of like the challenges of being able to bring soca into the studios and stuff like that, with this whole pandemic, which has stopped road happening for Carnival, how is it for you guys as artists and networking and just getting stuff out there in general?
So we've actually been talking about this recently because we feel like we've had so many more opportunities. Like this Carnival being virtual, like it's already been launched. I can talk about it, but we're working with Samsung. They're going to be using our music
in the
for
official
the trailer
trailer
of Notting Hill Carnival. So that's going to be screened in Piccadilly Circus, and our song's going to be playing. They're going to be playing our music in stores. I mean, it's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And we will be doing some work with some other brands as well. So, I mean, I feel like we've had so many opportunities as a result of Carnival being virtual.
Yeah.
And I just hope that that continues next year. I don't
Me
want
too.
people to forget about Carnival next year because it's not digital. I would love to see loads of like recorded performances on TV, online for people to access Carnival if they're not physically able to go on the road, or if that's something they wouldn't want to do, so that they don't miss out on the amazing cultural experience.
That's great. That's great. Do you know what? I'm taking it for granted that everyone's been watching Lifestyle since the last time you ladies were on. Can we just get a background on how the Sundivas came about? Just your passion
we're
in music.
sisters, for one. We're sisters, so we've always grown up like singing
together. We do everything together.
Do everything together. Yeah.
But soca was always a genre of music that we loved, and even though we loved every other genre, we just noticed that soca didn't get the love that it deserved in the UK. So like within the Caribbean scene, we knew that soca was popping, but like in general in life in the UK, soca isn't known. So we were like, we need to give this music a voice. We always like to sing, but this was the music that resonated with us. Having parents, grandparents from the Caribbean who brought us up, it meant a lot to us, and we just loved it. So that's how we started our soca journey. We took part in the first Soca Monarch in the UK in 2010. And so we wrote our song and we were really excited to perform. It was an amazing experience. And from then we performed, we kind of shocked ourselves, right? When we performed. And we were like, we can actually do this. Yeah. Because we need representation here for the music in the UK. And people in the diaspora also, I feel like we are kind of like a bridge between the diaspora and the UK when it comes to the music. So yeah, we just wanted to be true to ourselves. At home, we listen to soca music. Our parents have grown us up on soca, calypso, pan, carnival. So I feel like it was a natural journey for us to actually become soca artists. And we've even done a gospel soca song as well, which was also natural for us having grown up in church. So it's just us being our authentic selves.
Perfect. I love it. And honestly, these two ladies are a true talent. I can't promote them enough. Honestly, it's a pleasure to have them back. We will be featuring Magnificent shortly, but I'm going to put you both on the spot, and if you tell me no, I'll accept it. Can I get an a cappella for the lifestyle viewers, just so they can hear the live voices from you two?
Of course. What song?
Anyone. I've got Magnificent, so if you want to do that, you can. If you want to do another one, we played again earlier, but...
So you played again, you're going to play Magnificent, so give them something else. Take it.
Yeah.
I will give you another song, so you can
Thank you so much.
A mixture of our vibes.
Right, take it. Giving you what you want, so take it. You know you want to take it. My love, you want to take it. Giving you what you want, so take it. You know you want to take it. My love, you want to take it. Giving you what you want. Come, nana. Boy, nana. Come, nana. Boy, nana, take it. Come, nana. Come, nana. Boy, nana. Boy, nana. Come, nana. Boy, nana, take it. You make me fly. I feel so high.
Come let me fly away. Take me to the galaxy.
Oh, you've had my heart right from the start.
Can't let you get away. Give me what you promised me.
He gave me flowers yesterday and said I should never give my love away. And when he pulled me closer now, there's nothing stopping me. Giving you everything.
Giving you what you want, so take it. You know you want to take it. My love, you want to take it.
Baby.
Giving you what you want, so take it. You know you want to take it. My love, you want to take it. Giving you what you want.
Love it. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. You're welcome.
That was awesome. Ladies, it's always a pleasure to see and hear you guys. I'm always catching you guys at one event or another. It's always cool to see you both. Can we just get all your social media networks out there just for anyone to catch up and follow you guys in what you're doing?
Yeah, sure. So we're the Sundivas. You can catch us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and also don't forget to stream all of our music on all major streaming platforms: Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, all of that good stuff.
And our music, we got 2 channels on Spotify. So Sundivas, Sundivas, and we've got 1 channel called Sunshine and Nadiva.
So yeah, you can get all of our music there.
Yeah.
Perfect, ladies. Thank you so much. And as I said, well, it's magnificent. I'll give you guys the honor. Would you like to introduce your video?
Hey, it's your girl Sunshine and Nadiva,
the
Sundivas,
and you're listening to
Magnificent.
When the tears go through my chest, it's an experience. I'm feeling magnificent. When the tears go through my chest, I'm overwhelmed delirious. wonderful. Feel so. So I'll have strength like fruit on my side, my cup with my eyes. I'll be hot like fire, raise the temperature. When the bells go through my chest, it is an experience. I'm feeling magnificent. When the bells go through my chest, I'm overwhelmed delirium. This feeling magnificent.
Pure talent. Absolutely love it, ladies. Thank you so much. Yeah, just want to know. So where was that shot? I just love the back.
It was shot in Bali.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Shot
Yeah.
abroad.
It was so beautiful there.
Yeah.
We had to take advantage. So
No. Don't blame you. Ladies, it's a pleasure, and we won't leave it so long next time. That's a promise. Once all the madness is gone, we'll have you in studio. We'll have a blast. But thank you so much, and enjoy the carnival.
Thank you for having us.
No problems. Anytime.
Take
Thank you so
care.
much. Cheers. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Sundivas. Always a pleasure to have them on. And right now, right now I'm going to introduce Pam.
What was that? What was that? I don't know, man.
Still live. We'll talk off air.
Getting a bit hot under the collar, are we, Anthony?
Carnival came early. Anyway. Yes, it's been a great show. It's been a great show. Yeah.
Oh, lovely girls. I missed them. Oh,
Indeed.
I saw them. Gosh, it's got to be well over
Cottons, I believe it was.
Yeah,
So,
my God.
going back.
Yeah, they haven't aged.
Not at all. Not at all.
You know, it's very good, very good. Oh, well done. I loved everything that you did there. Yeah, I'm going to reiterate what you said there. Apologies on that video clip there. Obviously that's going to be, sort of cleaned up, as we said. I don't know, it maybe work for them, but we'd known that we got that late, we could have bleeped those bits out, but yeah, for Ben Television, it's going to be maybe bleeped out, whatever.
That is the one. That is
nice,
the one.
but it was very powerful, though.
It was, and that's it. You can feel the passion. So you know what is there. For anyone who does want to support that, guys, as I said, keep it peaceful. Also, we are trying to encourage maintaining a safe social distance. You are allowed to walk, however. But yes, that is my mission on that one. Time is really against us. It is flying.
Well,
so,
let's do a bit of a recap. First of all, of the competition, Dalgety Teas. We said we were going to have our question, and Mark gave his question, but Mark gave a double whammy.
He did.
So it's unfair that we could get one guest to give two answers. So I kind of think we should just give the one question. And he said, he spoke about Sarah C. Yeah, and he said, what is the taste of it? On the box, it actually is there.
Well played.
Is there? What does it taste? Well, that's the question. Mark Dalgety's question. What does Sarah C taste like? It's actually on the box.
Indeed.
Now, our question, Anthony, for the second one, because remember now we've got two to give away this week.
You know what? This is so easy, right? It's been mentioned a few times throughout the show, and I'm just really generous. This week is going to be, what is the website you need to go to watch the carnival? How easy. How generous am I this week? It's there. It's been said so many times. I thought I'd be very generous this week. Lifestyle on Ben at hotmail.co.uk. 2 chances to win those fantastic hampers. All you have to do is send an email.
That's right. And now we can announce the winner of last week, Lisa Panfill.
Congratulations, Lisa.
Northwest London. Congratulations, Lisa. Well done to you. Hamper's going to be winging its way to you shortly. So it's all good. Look at that. Everyone's getting their hampers coming in. I just want to do a bit of a recap, Anthony, if I may, on the Choice FM Blue Plaque.
Yeah, please do.
Hashtag Choice FM Blue Plaque. There's also the Fund Me page, and that's GoFundMe / Choice FM. Your donations, anything, small, large, anything at all. As you heard there from earlier from DJ Daddy Ernie, £3,765 have been raised so far, albeit we want a lot more because we're giving some of them. Look at me adding myself to there. But Choice FM is giving some of it to the African Caribbean Leukemia Trust. Well worthy organisation. So please, anything large or small, but do give. Thank you very much. There's the walkathon that's taking place on the 6th of September. 12 noon kicks off at Trinity Gardens. Just get down to Brixton Trinity Gardens. You don't even know the number. You don't need to know the number. You'll just see a horde of people out there. And then it's just walking from there. It's going to Borough High Street. Then Borough High Street is going to Leicester Square. From Leicester Square, that's where we was under the Capitol wings, back to Brixton again. So it's going to be about 3.5 hours, roughly, as Martin J would say, 3.5 hours. It's not going to be. It's not a competition. It's a walk. Yeah. So it's all about the numbers and also encouraging people to donate and be aware of not only about the plaque, but about the African Caribbean Leukemia Trust. So it's all good. And that is taking place on the 6th of September.
No, most definitely. Definitely.
Let's not forget the unveiling, which is going to be the 7th of October, and that's going to be at Trinity Gardens. So that's yet to come. And we're going to be, saying more about what's happening up until that date.
Yeah. I just want to put this out very, very, very quickly. Big up Nubian Jack, because you know what? He done the Carnival plaque and now he's done the Choice FM one. Big up all the work that you're doing, sir. Right, guys, time is completely against us. Just thank you to everyone for tuning in.
And we get to production. Thank you, Dalgety Teas and the management, Tamaray Event Designers. You're on it. You're with us. It's great. Stay safe. Stay strong. Stay blessed. Anthony, we've got something to kick off as we go.
Okay, yeah. The last one is Brian Art, because you know what? You can never cut our vibe. Enjoy. Have a nice weekend.
Nice one. See you, Anthony.
So you never know. Come on, you never know. In my voice, you should have known, man, I'm Jamaican. Not because we look so cool and I'm in Ray-Ban. Yeah, real vibes, man, I promote. So my them don't know me, but them let them feel so loud. You know them can't cut with vibes. More love, more life. You know them can't cut with vibes. More love, more love, more life. Them can't cut with vibes, we got it in with blood. Roots up in anytime we touch the road. Cut with vibes, we got it in with blood. Roots up in every time. Hey, give me the greens, but I want no bacon. And if you deal with certain things, but I want no shaken. Yo, humble youth in our creation. And I don't work for praise and congratulations. Certain things we don't support. Give thanks for what we have and what we don't do without. They can't cut with vibes. More love, more life. Can't cut with vibes. More love, more life. Them can't cut with vibes. We got it in with blood. Full step in anytime we touch the road. Cut with vibes. We got it in with blood. Full step in every time. Oh, you never know. You see the black, you see the green, you see the gold, but you never know. Cause you never see the depth of the soul when we go. Certain things we don't promote. Give thanks for what we have and what we don't do without. Them can't cut with life. More love, more life. You know they can't cut with life. More love, more life. Yeah. Them can't cut with life. We got it in with blood. Who's stepping anytime we touch the road? Cut with life. We got it in with blood. Who's stepping every time? Oh, you never know. You never know. Come on. You never know. In a voice you should have known, man, I'm Jamaican. Not because we look so cool in I'm in Ray-Ban. Yeah, real vibes I promote. Some of them don't know me, but I'm ready to salute. You know them can't cut with vibes. More love, more life. You know they can't cut me life. More love, more life. Them can't cut with vibes. We got it in with blood. Roots up in every time we touch the road. Cut with vibes. We got it in with blood. Roots up in every time. Them can't cut with vibes.